Hello everyone. In previous videos, we completed our users module. In this video, I will go at much faster pace because we have covered everything in the users module. So now I have created exactly the same way another module which is course. So I used nest generate command as explained in previous videos to generate the boilerplate code and then made the changes here. I will go one by one about all of the changes. So as you can see, now we have our course module in our main root module, which is app module. So it is being imported from over here. So if I go in here, I will come in this particular module. As you can see that we have imported Mongoose here by the name of course.name and course schema, and we have our controller and provider. So let's move forward towards schema. So in schema, just like previously, we have used prop for title description. So these two are a little bit different. Let me explain that a bit. So here we have used something which is new, which is ref. So ref means to reference something, right? So right now what we are doing is we are referencing instructor property to another collection which is of user, right? Currently we are in this particular schema for the course collection, but this property is being referenced to another collection which is user. So basically we are trying to create some sort of relationship over here. Okay, I will try and further explain this in next video when we learn how to use a populate command. So for now you need to understand that this particular instructor property makes a relationship between two different schemas or two different collections, right? So I hope that was clear. So once you have made that schema, you have to inject it properly. So let's move forward towards controller. So as you can see over here that we have this core service, like the injection that we have done over here, and these are simply the CRUD endpoints that we learned in our previous videos for the user schema as well. So for the injecting model, we have to go towards service, and in here you can find this inject model command, the exact same line that we use in the users collection as well, when we plan to inject the schema as a model for this particular file. Okay, so this is all the code that I have done, and it is exactly the similar way that we did in our users model as well. I will go through it what is being happening here. So for the create, let's go to the controller. For the post request, right, whenever you send a request to the course, the post request, this particular method is supposed to be called. Okay, this method, when it is called, it goes to the create method of course service. So there is also a course GTO. If you go in there, there are only three properties here: title, description, and instructor. Currently there is no any other student property. We will do it later on. So as you can see, there is another new decorator which is Mongo ID. So this is going to verify that anything that comes into the instructor property is supposed to be a MongoDB ID, right? Not, you can't send a date or number or something like that. So instead of manually putting validation, this is a really cool stuff. You don't have to put any sort of validations, regular expression validations. This does all of the job for you. So moving forward, let's go to the create. Okay, so in create, what we are doing here is whatever the title that we are getting, we verify if any course by that title exists. If it exists, then the error is thrown. Otherwise, the course is created. Very simple as that. Just like in users, we try to verify if a user by an email exists. If it exists, then we don't create another user by that email, right? So this is some sort of a validation that we have put over here. So this is an enum, right? You can use 400 here directly, or you can use HTTP status bad request. Does the same job. If you hover over here, you can see that HTTP status dot bad request equals to 400, and this HTTP status is imported from Nestjs common. So moving forward to find all, and I mean this is a very simple command to find.exec. We learned this as well, and in the find one I have also put another validation. If the course doesn't exist, right, so just send course not found. If it exists, so send this. Okay, Similarly to the update, if the course doesn't exist, obviously we can't update a course which doesn't exist. Otherwise, we will simply be updating the particular course. And for the remove, we have put another validation here, and then we are removing the course just like that. So these are all of the things that we have learned previously. So I didn't just write it in the video because that would take much longer. So the most important part in this particular video is to understand the referencing thing, which I explained, that what we are doing is we are creating a reference between two different collections, between the collection of course and the user in the schema file. So one more thing I would like to say is that I think this particular method needs one more validation, and that validation is of an instructor. For example, if an instructor does not exist, so for example, if I send a valid MongoDB ID for a document, right, but the instructor does not exist, so this should not be created. So this could be a requirement and this could not be a requirement. For example, there could be a course where an instructor is mandatory. So in those kind of scenarios, you can put that validation, but I have not, put that validation over here. So if you want, you can try and put that. But in order to do that, I think you would have to inject another model which is of user. You can copy paste that from the users module as well. So you can try this if you want to. So I hope the overview was pretty much simple. You can find the code in the next commit that I'm going to make for this particular video, so that if you make any mistakes in writing this code, you can just reference to the GitHub repo and copy paste it. So I hope this was much simpler. Let me also go ahead and try and see if it works in our Postman. Let's see if the server is restarted. Yes, so let's go ahead and create a course. So we have title, description, and instructor. So for instructor, what I'm going to do is use this endpoint for the user and find a valid ID, and then create a course like this. Okay, and hit send. So this course is now created, right? Let's go ahead and send again. So see, when we try to create another course, it sent us an error that this particular course exists with this particular title. So I think this was perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and do the find all endpoint, which is to send us all of the courses. Since we would only have one, so it sends an array of an object, right? Let's try and create another course by a different title like this, and let's see if it adds another one. Yep, works perfectly fine. So let's try and find one course by an ID. So let me copy this and paste it here. And copy this ID, and let's see if we get a course by an ID. Yes, that was perfectly fine as well. Let's move ahead and try to update a particular course. So I think it should work something like this. We have I think put request. Yeah, we have a put request by an ID. So change it to put. Go to the body, raw JSON, and copy it from here. I don't want to change any instructor nor description. Maybe just change the description here, something like 1 2 3. So expected double coded. Okay, so the JSON was a mistake. So hit send again. So see, 1 2 3, this particular document has been updated. So put is working perfectly fine as well. Let's try and make a delete request, copy paste, and let's see if it is deleted. Yes, it seems to be deleted now. And go ahead here and let's see. It should throw an error, course not found, and similarly to this, course not found. And if you go to all of the get requests, we should only have one course now. So that was perfectly fine. So for this video, if you're following through, make all of those endpoints and make this work. In next video, we will be mainly focusing towards references as well as the populate command. So thank you for watching.